Boys are runners-up. And like you said, how many teams in the state of Virginia would love to be here and do what the Blue Devils have done?
And they kept a 3A school under their 100-point scoring average for the tournaments. So,
it is a good group of
Nothing
boys.
to hang your heads over here.
Definitely not. So Chris, let's go through it. Stat of the night, again, brought to you by the law office of Jesse Walker McMurray. Again, such an integral part of the Big Blue Boosters. He supports Gate City High School so often. And again, a lot of things in the community as well. Again, that is the stat of the night, brought to you by the law office of Jesse Walker McMurray, is what?
You know, my daughter is a huge Dolly Parton fan, so this is a shout-out to her. 9-5. That's my stat of the night. Lead changed 9 times, and this game was tied 5 times. That tells you right there. I mean, Gate City gave Marshall all they wanted in this game.
First half, again, like I said, led throughout most of it. John Marshall got their first lead at 20-19. And then, of course, like I said, they only trailed by 1 at halftime. But then, as you take a look at the dominating third quarter, 21-6. And again, John Marshall outscored Gate City 17-15 in the fourth. So, all right, so that is the stat of the night. Again, brought to you by Law Office Jesse Walker McMurray. Let's go to the Colonial Funeral Home play of the night again. Colonial Funeral Home, a fixture in our region, again located in Weber City, Virginia. They have been there for folks through their tough times. They have been an integral part of helping Gate City High School. They've always been there for whatever was needed. And again, they are a major contributor not only to Gate City High School but to the community as a whole. So let's talk about the Colonial Funeral Home play of the night. Chris, what do you got?
I got 2 for you to pick from.
Let's go.
2:09 to go in the first. Starnes, the spin move, and drew the foul. Bucket was good. 2:34 in the second. Mack, almost an identical move, had the layup and drew the foul.
It's Championship Thursday, so we'll take them both.
Okay.
All right, so those are the plays of the night. Again, brought to you by Colonial Funeral Home. All right, let's talk about the delegate Terry Kilgore, leadership player of the game. Delegate Kilgore, of course, serving us here in Richmond for the last 2.5 decades. Again, he works tirelessly for our district. And again, a Gate City alumni, huge sponsor of us, as well as all the things in the community that he does. So who is the delegate Terry Kilgore, leadership player of the game?
No question. Senior Bradley Dean, 32 points. And I just received an updated defensive total. What I was reading off of before was with 8 minutes remaining. Final stats, Gate City actually wound up with 26 total rebounds. John Marshall had 43. But Dean had 5 rebounds. That's what I was getting at and all that. So 32 points, 5 rebounds. Bradley Dean, player of the game.
All right, so let's talk about the Elliott Smith Blue Devil of the Game Award. Again, Elliott Smith, a fixture in Gate City for so many years. He worked tirelessly helping to raise funds or volunteer or whatever needed to be done around the high school, around the community. Such a fixture, and of course, we lost him earlier this basketball season. The Boosters came in and we wanted to honor his memory, and so come up with what he embodied, and again, what a Blue Devil was. Someone that you maybe don't see in the stats sheets, somebody you don't see in the newspaper, but who embodies what a Blue Devil is being all about. So, Chris, who is the Elliott Smith Blue Devil of the game?
For the last time this season, Dondre Mack. 6 total points. Let's see. Dondre wound up with... He actually, and this is a great example of that, 0 rebounds for Dondre officially. Can you believe that? The guy was all over the court. He was knocking the ball loose. He was creating the turnovers. Took an elbow to the stomach. Had to go out. Came back in. Continued to give everything he had. He left nothing out there on the court. The young man has nothing to be ashamed of.
DeAndre Mack, again, a senior. So, we talk about going back to the girls and the boys game. Of course, the girls, what do you say about seniors? Sam Gerald, senior, Kendall Quillen. Again, you talk. They've been so integral in the win, of course. And then you got Hannah Davidson as well. She's been there through thick and thin. Maybe not always got the most playing time, but you talk about a senior like that. And then, of course, for the boys team, you got Bradley Dean, 2,000-point scorer. You got John Compton, been there. Through thick and thin. He's always does whatever asked. Andrew Hensley, David George, DeAndre Mack, as you mentioned there, and John Sally. What a special group of seniors. Played their last game, though, here on Championship Thursday. A lot of pride you have to take away from it, win, lose, or draw.
Absolutely. I mean, like we said, this team has not lost. These boys, I just realized something. I probably should have hit me earlier. These guys never lost a conference game, period, ever, their entire high school career.
Yeah. They've owned the Mountain 7. Again, they've been a good ambassador of the Mountain 7, and, of course, Coach Vermillion, congratulations to him. Great season. Again, a lot of people thought this would be Wise Central's year to topple the Blue Devils, but Gate City won not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times against the Warriors, and, of course, they took care of business with everybody else. So
yeah, Wise Central would have loved the opportunity to get those plaques that the boys got for finishing second in state.
So, Championship Thursday, girls claim the state title. Boys, they showed well. And again, against a team, should in all intents and purposes still be in a 3A school, but it is what it is. Chris, your final thoughts before we sign off after a tremendous basketball season.
The entire state of Virginia knows Gate City was here for sure.
Yeah.
Not just off what happened on the court. The fans turned out. They were loud. They were proud. They've shown the city well. Gate City is the city of champions.
28 teams championships now for the Blue Devils. And again, we got a lot of thank yous to throw out. Want to say thank you to all of our sponsors that helped to make this possible this year. Again, we followed them to Florida. We followed them from that. If you remember from the first night, whenever we took on Eastside in the benefit game. Again, we were at Tennessee High.
That seems like as a year ago, doesn't
it? we went over to Tennessee High. Of course, Santa Claus made a special appearance during that tournament for the girls. Again, through the rigmaroles of going to John Battle, Ridgeview, going to Abington, we traveled to Clintwood. We've been here, there, and everywhere and followed these special people there. But again, it could not have been done without sponsorship. And we want to say thank you to everybody that's been a part of this. We want to say thank you to everybody that supported us. So many of you all have been gracious in your words, the things that you've said, in helping to make us a part of, again, your basketball experiences. And we talked about this the other night with the boys and girls. We feel very blessed and very fortunate to have been just a small part of being able to celebrate these young people, these teams, and again, for one of the best sports communities in the state. I want to say thank you to everybody that helped out, especially during when I was out and about. And again, want to say thank you to Jesse.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Jesse McCormick, Stephen Williams, Carol Carr. They all helped me keep the ship halfway from sinking to you could get back with us.
To Tamara Mullins again. She filled in admirably as well. So, and of course, got to say thank you to big man. You did a tremendous job this year. Thank you for all that you've done. Again, you've always been willing to do whatever, and it's been an honor.
I appreciate you giving me a chance to just run my mouth for an hour and a half or so each night. It's an absolute blast. People ask me why do I do this for a school I didn't even attend? And I said, it's so much fun. It's so much fun to watch these kids. I enjoy it. I look forward to every game. I appreciate you giving me the chance.
Well, it's been a blast. So, plan is, again, we'd like to cover some of the baseball and softball teams. Of course, sponsorship, is integral with that, as well as, of course, there are broadcasting fees that we are assessed every time that we broadcast. And we'll work on that plan as we move forward. I know that you, of course, got a personal interest in the Lady Indian softball team. Of course, it's kind of hard for you as well. Lastly, I did want to say thank you to our families. A lot of nights we're doing this. We're out celebrating other kids. We're celebrating Gate City, and, we've not been at home, or we've been on the road, or we've done something. So want to say thank you to our families. We love you all, and thank you so much for allowing us to do something that we love to do. And, again, celebrating others. So, Chris, your final thoughts?
When's kickoff?
Kickoff's coming up And Coach Jeremy House right over already probably kicked.
He just gave me a dirty look, I think.
He's
from
probably
across the
already
gym.
marking him down. But again, we do want to try to do some baseball and some softball. Again, that though is kind of up in the air right now. So we will again sign off right now, and kind of like the NBA for a little while. We're not sure when we'll be back, but anyway, thank you everybody out there listening to us and making us a part of your game experience. For Mr. Carr, this is Joe Carter. You've been listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.